with a comic turn in The Freshman, in which he parodied his role as the Godfather. Though the film was a charming success, by this time, Brando seemed to have little interest in acting or in the public's perception of him.
Yeah, his behavior is really quite remarkable. The only thing I know that's comparable to it is Orson Welles. They eat their way out of their beauty and their attractiveness, and they say, really, can you love me? Can you love me grossed out this way?
I asked him why Orson Welles had allowed himself to get so heavy, and his answer was he stopped caring. So if he stopped caring, then maybe Marlon just stopped caring.
For Brando, acting had long been overshadowed by more important things. In May 1990, while Brando was at home in Los Angeles, there was a gunshot. In another room, his son Christian had shot and killed Dag Drolet, the boyfriend of Brando's pregnant Tahitian daughter, Cheyenne. Christian was drunk at the time and believed that Drolet had been physically abusing his half-sister. Christian pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter, and at the sentencing hearing, Brando told the court what he'd seen.
I felt his pulse on his neck. He still had a pulse. And I breathed into his mouth, and I called 911.
He took a lot of responsibility for that, especially when he was pleading for his son. But he is, I think, probably a disaster as a father.
As much as it may not be believed by Dag and Lizette, I love Dag. He was going to be the father of my grandchild.
In 1995, 4 years after Christian was sentenced to 10 years in prison, life turned even more tragic. Cheyenne, who had never recovered from Drolet's death, took her own life.
The deaths of those two people were catastrophic to him, and also, I think, made him withdraw more from the world, become more of a recluse.
We had a relationship that endured off and on 30 years. And when everything went down with Christian, he seemed to want to change his address book, you know, just empty it out.
I got him on the phone. I said, "You were my hero coming up, you know, it'd be nice to see you again sometime. You know, we're all getting older." But he was unavailable.
Brando has acted in films since the tragedies, including Don Juan DeMarco and The Island of Dr. Moreau. But despite occasional glimpses of brilliance, his performances fall far short of the standard that he set for greatness.
He's not acting anymore. He's not acting. He's showing up. He's showing up and he's getting the check.
I wish for all of us that he would have retired 15 years ago.
Marlon lost his faith in Hollywood. He just became disgusted with it all and tried to outdo them at their own shenanigans and began to look into the abyss and become part of it.
Unfortunately, people in my position, people in the public eye, are sellable commodities, but they're not any different than Kleenex or Dial soap or anything else.
He was a victim or a prisoner of what he supposedly hated, but yet supposedly what fed him and he fed it, I don't know. I think you could make peace with that in a better way maybe than he did.
Yet, in spite of his struggles, Brando's legacy of greatness endures.
He's virtually redefined screen acting, and he's given us back a part of ourselves, which I don't think any actor has been able to do.
He's had so many things happen to him, so many terrible, wonderful things. I think he's still searching for truth. He's still searching for an answer.
And we have an opportunity to kind of see him grow on film. It's remarkable to see that journey. Every character is some reflection of his thought, his mind, his past, his heart, his spirit. And I think that is the great gift we have of him. Al Pacino, another brilliant actor who adored Mario, almost fainted when he worked with him. He just was in such awe of him. Francis tells a story about him, that Al, the first scene he did with him was a hospital scene, Al could not go in the room when they were ready to shoot the scene. And Francis said, what's the matter? I'm giving action, you're not moving. You don't realize that's Marlon Brando in there. I'm playing his son. I can't just walk in there. That's Marlon Brando. Don't you know who's in there?